be like that between Misha and me because of what he was. Because of what I was. Clay's lips touched mine, and they were warm and dry. Surprise flickered through me. I thought they'd be, I don't know, wetter. But it was nice, especially when the pressure of the kiss increased and his lips parted mine. And then it was more. His mouth moved against mine, and I kissed him back. I didn't want to stop him when the hand along the nape of my neck slid down my back to my hip. That felt nice, too, and when he eased me down, I went with it, placing my hands on his shoulders as he hovered over me, using his arm to support his weight so he didn't crush me. Wardens' body temperatures ran high, higher than humans, higher than mine, but he seemed hotter, like he was about to burn up. And I felt sort of lukewarm. We kissed and kissed, and those kisses weren't dry anymore, and I liked the way his lower body had settled over mine, how it moved against mine, a mysterious rhythm that felt like it could be, more, if I wanted that. And that was nice. Nice like when he'd held my hand on the way to his place. So was the candle he'd lit that smelled like watermelon and lemonade. There was something romantic about that, and about the way his hand opened and closed on my hip. I felt warm and pleasant. Not rip my clothes off and let's get it on kind of excited, but it was really nice. Then his hand was under my shirt and up over my breast. Hold up. I reached down and grabbed his hand as I pulled away, separating his mouth from mine. Whoa! What? His eyes were still closed, his hand was still on my breast, and his hips were still moving. I said just a kiss, I reminded him, tugging on his hand. That's more than a kiss. You're not having a good time? Was I? I had been. Keyword being had. Not anymore. I had no idea what it was about not anymore that somehow translated into kiss me again, but that's what Clay did. He pressed his mouth to mine, and that pressure was no longer nice. It was almost bruising. Irritation flared to life like a lit match. Tightening my hand on his arm, I pulled it out from under my shirt. I pushed on his chest, breaking the kiss. I glared up at him. Get off! I was trying to, he grumbled, lifting up. But that was not remotely fast enough for me after that gross comment. I pushed hard. Clay toppled off me and to the side, into nothing but open space. He landed on the floor, his weight rattling the TV and causing the flames on the candle to flicker. What the hell? Clay demanded, sitting up. He looked thunderstruck that I was capable of doing what I'd just done. I told you I wasn't enjoying this. I swung my legs off the couch and stood. And you didn't stop. Clay stared up at me, blinking slowly in shock. It was like he didn't even hear me. You pushed me off you. Yeah, I did, because you're gross. I stepped over his legs and stalked past the window, heading for the door. He powered to his feet. You didn't seem to think it was gross when you were begging me to kiss you. What? Okay, fake news right there, I snapped. I didn't beg you. You asked me if you could kiss me, and I said just a kiss. Don't rewrite what just happened. Whatever. You know what? I wasn't even into it. Rolling my eyes, I turned back to the door. Sure felt like you were. Only because you're the only female here that won't expect me to mate with her. Mating in Warden terms didn't mean hooking up. It meant getting married and having a metric crap ton of little Warden babies, and I was beyond insulted at this point. Not just because that was super wrong of him to say, but it also struck close to home. There was no one here for me, no relationship that could ever be considered serious. Wardens didn't mix with humans. They didn't even mix with my kind. I'm sure I'm not the only female here that doesn't want to mate with you, you jackass. Clay moved with the speed of a warden. One moment he was beside the couch, and the next he was in front of me. You don't need to be a... Choose your words,